Welcome to the Sassy Barbarian Show. Welcome, everybody. I got you fooled. You thought it was going to be me and Bearded Barbarian? Ha, ha, ha. Why would I give him the time of day to come on my show? I don't know. I hope you liked it. But we do have a special guest and my co-host for the day. Welcome, Mr. Bearded Barbarian. Hello, sir.
Hey, everybody. Hey, that was great. Your beard's a little long, a lot wider than mine. I've got a little bit of dark still left in there, so
Just
nice try on that. Just a little bit.
Not a whole lot of dark left.
Yeah. Well, that has a tendency to happen. When I first started doing YouTube, I had a lot more dark in it. Dealing with certain people in the community has caused it to all go away. I assure you.
Are you trying to make some assumptions there, sir?
I wouldn't dare do that.
You're not calling anybody out, right?
I can if you would like, if that would make you happy. But
no, that's okay.
You might be included in that, so I'll pass.
No, we'll skip that.
Nah.
It would be cool though to see a side by side from when you started till now.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go back to some of the earlier videos. I still had a little bit of life left in my eyes. I had a little bit of dark in my beard. I wasn't so beaten down by the system, but it's fine. I'm doing good now. More mellow, a calmer barbarian, which I think everyone wants, really.
You think you're calm, really?
Sure.
Mellow?
Well, comparatively speaking.
Oh,
that's the plan anyway.
That's not what I got from it, but
right. I'm sure that's true.
All right, so I guess we'll tell some people hello in the chat.
Sounds good.
What the Deuce, the Culinary Trapper, K Titus, Tat79, the Golden Collectibles, Lady Iconic, JKL, hey, Iconic Odd, Jedi John. That's all I see. Poppin' Missouri. I thank everybody for coming out today. So we are just kind of going to hang out and see how things... Bourbon City Picker. I've never seen that name before. Heart issues and surgery made mine start to go gray. Oh, wow.
It could be both. I know it's my mind. Definitely that. No, I don't know about the other stuff, but I'm definitely losing. Watching any of my videos, and I'm constantly thinking, what was the name of that character again? It's always the guessing game. My wife's behind the camera, and she used to bail me out every now and then, but she likes to leave me hanging now. So just to make me look like an idiot. So when people can
sometimes I'll be watching your video and I'm like, it's this character. How come you don't know?
Well, this is the thing. When I watch the video, I'll say the same thing. I'm like, obviously it's this person. Just like when you're watching Jeopardy and you're like, that's the answer. Of course, if you get on Jeopardy, you're like,
right.
It's blank.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So
and then people think I have poor eyesight, but I have this ring light right in my face, and just like I'm looking down this glossy sheet, the ring light is, and I'm like, my wife's like, you need better eyesight, you need to wear glasses, and I'm just like, well, it's the lighting, and of course she doesn't believe that. It's just what old people say. Just like when people say, oh, you're mumbling, like I can't hear you're mumbling. So
we have
old age.
Chip A and Dwayne, Chris Lackey. And K Titus said, funny thing is he made Cajun chicken wraps today.
Oh, how about that? It was in honor of the program, I hope? Or just wanted spicy?
No, you wanted spicy.
I cannot handle spicy. I am the lamest spicy eater ever.
You got
I went down to New Orleans and ate at different places. I said, give me the kind of spice that you would give a 5-year-old child. Okay, like ketchup. That's as spicy as it gets. And when I was I'm a New Englander. We don't put salt and pepper. We think spice is salt and pepper, and very light on the salt and pepper at that. So we can't handle all that. At least I can't.
You definitely couldn't eat at my house then.
I'm sure that's true. I probably grab my chest and keel over or something like
that. Every time you eat, so.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those hiccups are rough, man. When you start getting hiccups when you're eating spicy food, that's it. It's all over from there.
It just makes it burn even worse, right?
Oh yeah. Because the air is just sucking the spice further down your stomach. It's like the spice is burning all the way down, and then the next day it gets to burn the rest of the way out. So.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'll skip the gory details on that.
Yeah,
I'm sure people can imagine.
We don't want to talk about poop today.
Right.
We heard
Well, we
that.
probably will. It'll probably end up ending there. Just let you people know.
We heard that story already. I don't know if I want to hear it again.
I've told it twice, and that's probably enough. That's probably plenty. I have other stories in the same vein, but I'll hold off on those as well. So
Umpty's in the chat now. Eric, hello, welcome. So today, what we're going to do is we are in the mood to debate. Go figure, right? Us debate.
Right. Well, when we were thinking about what we were going to do about this show, and Sassy and I were talking back and forth, what should we talk about? I said, well, basically, we're going to end up arguing anyway. So let's start out arguing. I guess it's better just start there, and then we can, we'll end up in there. But regardless of whatever we were talking about, we were probably going to do that anyway. So we said, well, maybe we should just try, picking a subject and seeing if, what our thoughts are on that. Most likely, they'll be the opposite of the other person's thoughts. And we'll just see what people think. And people can chime in and share who you agree with, who you don't agree with, or sometimes, it's one of those things where you may see points on both sides, et cetera. But we just thought we'd do that. And if you have something, once we're talking about something, another subject you want us to talk about too, we can talk about that as well. But it's sort of a loose debates, idea. So
JKL said you're always talking poop anyway, so.
That is true. That is true. I don't know why. I'm pretty much a 5-year-old. When people talk about, well, I've really evolved and I've matured, I'm like, I'm basically the same person I was when I was 5. I talk about poop. I think fart jokes are hilarious, and I'm still playing with toys. So there you go.
Right. And then Umpty says he's confused. Is this George Lucas?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have gotten that.
George Lucas.
I have gotten that when I was at Disney World in last February before the pandemic. I was walking around in the Star Wars area, Galaxy's Edge.
Is this the older or the younger George Lucas?
This is the problem. I'm sort of intermediate. I think I'm the younger George Lucas, but most people think I'm the old George Lucas. That's the problem. It's just like you feel flattered, like, well, he's a well-known person. It's a billionaire. He get lots of money and stuff. And then you realize you're being compared to someone who's 20 years older than you. It's not a compliment. Sounds like a compliment. It's not a compliment. But I had multiple people just walking around. Hey, you look like George Lucas. I'm like, yes, I've heard that. And then people that actually worked there were like, you look like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I've heard that. So I guess it could be worse. I mean, they could say I look like Jabba, or I look like some other random person, that's in a lot worse shape. So I'll take it. I'll take it.
So now we have Mr. Holland English and Cisco.
Oh.
So we always have a thing where we say, have our guests say, yeah, boy. So I was curious if you would say it for us.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. I remember. That's how I want to say it. And Cisco needs to get in line with the way we're doing it here. This is the way it was. I mean, from way back in the olden days. Okay. Yeah, boy. That's how I say it. So.
Well, thanks for saying it for us, but that's not how he says it, but it's okay.
Well, he's wrong. I mean, it's okay to be wrong. We're already debating, and we haven't even started the debating. But yeah, I think the way it is.
You never say you're wrong, so that's the hard part about it.
Well, when I am, I will. It hasn't happened yet. I'm still waiting for that moment. Maybe today, probably not, but maybe. I'm not wrong that often. You can ask my wife.
Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't agree.
Exactly right. I stay in trouble. One of those type of things where people are like, being right isn't always the greatest thing when you're married. Sometimes it's just not worth it. You're just like, yeah, sure, you're right, even though the person is completely out of their mind. But so yeah, I've learned that lesson a few times.
You have to pick your battles when you're married.
Yeah, right. That's
Whatever's
exactly right.
most important at the time.
Right. Exactly right. You have to make sure, is this important? And if the answer is not that important, then just let her win that one so you can win the bigger ones. You know what I mean? You say, and then you can say, well, look, I let you have the win last time. It's my turn now. More importantly, like your win was, hey, where are we going to eat dinner tonight? And my idea is where we go on vacation. You know what I mean? They sound like, you got to make them sound like they're equal wins when in reality, they're not. So.
Mm-hmm. When I was younger, we would fight quite often about the stupidest things. I go back and I think, why did we waste so much time on all that? And now it's just like, whatever. You know, if you want to go, do whatever, go. I don't care. Get out of my way, whatever. So,
well, like I said, yeah, you got to pick those battles, and you learn as you get older.
That's right. We have 2 boys and their pops.
All right, Eric, don't start trouble. I heard what you said about me on your live about, blah, 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 and you can't do this, and I can't. Here I am, okay? This is the Sassy Barbarian Show. Don't start trouble. I'm telling you.
And Tat79 and King Bob is in here.
Oh, all kinds of good folks in here.
Eric says, younger, you look like you're 21, my dear. Now the Barbarian is a little rough on the years, LOL.
Uh-huh. That's the pot calling the kettle black. That's for sure. Looking pretty rough over there, Eric, I can tell you.
He is here to plunder and pillage.
Well, that's what most barbarians do. They do their best. I do it. I'm probably the softest barbarian you'd ever see. So I showered and everything for this.
Oh, wow.
Most barbarians wouldn't even wasted their time.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
King Bob says, this is awkward, Eric. Eric's in the chat and Sassy's with another man.
Oh, dear.
Roscoe Pops, hello. How are you? Welcome to the show. So what do people want to hear us talk about today? What are we going to debate? We could start off with pops or sodas.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. What do you think? What have you been collecting lately? You've been collecting more sodas or pops, or which do you prefer at this point?
It's kind of an even thing. At one point, I didn't really know what I was getting into with the sodas. But now that I have a bunch, I think it's a lot easier to do them because they don't take up as much room, and then you also get more of an opportunity to get a chase.
So you're into the sodas more than the pops?
Yeah, but I'm still buying pops, so that hasn't slowed me down at all. But yeah, I really do think that I really like the pops. I've always been more into Funko Pop. I do have a number of sodas, but they're so limited in what you can get. And the fact that Funko's decided, you can't buy sodas. We got every time you do a soda now, it's a pre-order. I'm getting so tired of Funko. Like, okay, this is a really cool one. Wait 90 days for it. I don't know what part of society they're living in right now. Nobody likes to wait for anything. Everyone wants immediate gratification, but Funko's decided, no, we're not going to do that. You got to pre-order, and then 90 days from now, maybe you'll get. I get to the point where I order sodas, and things will come from Spastic. I have no idea what it is. It makes me look like a complete idiot when I'm opening the boxes, and I don't need their help. And I open the box, and it's just like sodas. This is my intro. Sodas. It's just like I'm a grunting caveman. I have no idea what I'm saying. So I like the sodas, but the way they're doing it's so ridiculous. Huh? You are kind of a grunting.
Right. Yeah. Right. I don't need their help from that.
Well, the thing about it for me is sodas. Okay, yes, you pre-order, and then you think, okay, well, as soon as they come out, they're going to come to you. But then other people get them before you, and I'm like, well, how did they get theirs before I got mine?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I think that they're releasing them in different places. Like people on the West Coast seem to make out a lot better on Funkos and sodas, quite frankly, because I think they release them to different places. And then sometimes they'll release overseas and they won't release here. Usually they release here before they do there, but I think that does vary quite a bit depending on the item. So yeah, I mean, just for me, like I said, I enjoy collecting Funkos because they're readily available and I need immediate gratification. As a 46-year-old, 5-year-old, I need what I want now. I don't want to talk about it from 90 days from now. Now, when they come in, I'm just as happy because I get that chance of pulling the chase. To me, that's the best part, is the chance of the chase. If they decide, well, we're not going to do chases and sodas anymore, they can stick those cans where the sun don't shine. Because for me, that's the whole joy. And sometimes they do that. They'll send out sodas like for some of the cons and not have a chase. I don't even understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I just don't think it's that good. I mean,
so but a chase chaser?
Huh?
Are you a chaser?
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the idea of pulling, like if they had a poop, see, we're back to poop again. If we had a poop in a can and they had a chase poop, like a glowing with little pieces of corn or something, and you pulled that out, that's awesome. That's epic. I mean, that's what people want.
Buy a can of poop until you got the chase.
You just keep buying them. You just got to keep buying them.
See, I'm not a chaser. If I buy two, and if I don't get the chase, then I just don't get the chase.
Right. Well, I mean, you have to sort of feel that way anyway, because otherwise you're going to be really disappointed ultimately, because you're a 1 in 6 chance. And I do like the main figures as well. But to me, that's really the draw to the sodas, maybe more than I mean, they're very cool figures, and I do like them, and I like what they're doing now with some of the other ones where they're making them blacklight, So, and some of them are flocked, and different types of things they're doing. I think those are added things to the regular one. But the idea, again, I think most people are just looking for the chase. Now, I did watch on. I don't know if many people follow. What's his name? There's another YouTuber that opened the can, and he just likes the regular figures better than the chases. He pulled a chase, and he was very disappointed. I was like, this is the first time I ever saw someone pull a chase, and he was disappointed. Because sometimes the chases aren't as good. Just like, oh, they made a chase. Like I have a Joker chase, the what is his name? The guy that committed suicide, the last Joker. And the regular one is he's in a purple outfit, and the chase he's like in a gray outfit. I'm like, it's not as good. Why would they make the chase that way?
Yeah.
So
that's like with the Oogie Boogies. The regulars go in the dark, which is cool, but then the chase is brown.
Right. And I actually did pull that one as the chase. When I pulled it out, I said, oh, it looks like the regular one. That's exactly what I said, because it looked like it was in a potato sack. Right. And I set it down. I was like, oh, it's the chase. I'm like, why is this the chase? I didn't get that. It was very, very weird. Now, some of them are cooler, but anyway, so I think we've proved my point. I'm correct that the pops are way better than the sodas because they're readily available. There's a lot more options, and I think you can find a lot of really cool stuff out there as opposed to the sodas that were limited. You got to pre-order. I mean, what are we talking about here?
A lot of times I have to pre-order pops anyway, too, because where I live, I can never find what I'm looking for. So
yeah, but there should be pops out there. They might not have to pre-order them. You could get them from GameStop or Walmart.com, or although I would never buy from Walmart.com, but I think there's a lot of places to buy them immediately. You'll just have to wait a few days to ship them. What about Amazon? Have you tried Amazon?
Yeah, but I've seen people get some pretty damaged stuff from Amazon, so I don't order from them too much.
Yeah, I have gotten some damaged stuff from Amazon for sure, and they don't seem to understand. And I've ranted about this before, that what they're sending you is a collectible. They just think it's a toy in a box. Walmart's the same way. They sort of just think it's a toy in a box. So I guess I sort of understand when I get them like that. I'll just return them though. I mean, it's got no point where it's just like, I'm not going to hold on to something that's that badly damaged. So.
Yeah. Well, we do have some more people in the chat, Jay Lee and Mr. Pop Royalty. And people are saying it was Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. See, that's what I'm saying. My memory is crap. It's a shame. I'll be doing my lives in the future from the nursing home, from the memory unit of the nursing home. So
Pop in Missouri said he likes spastic random 6-packs. Yeah, but he has a great look. Oh, Kenneth Bird's here. Have you seen all the chases that Pop in Missouri pulls? It's crazy. He's like,
he gets a lot of
play the lottery or something.
Where does he get his sodas from? I'm very interested. I'm always interested to find out where people buy from.
He said spastic random 6-pack.
Okay, yeah. I've done that too. I've had really great luck from spastic. I bought from Entertainment Earth. I didn't get one thing. Now it could be just happenstance. I'm not trying to smear anyone's name here, although they're not sponsoring me, so I'm not really that afraid about doing that. But I didn't get a single chase out of them. I don't know what, but usually when I open a spastic, I'll get some chases. So yeah, I don't know.
I've gotten chases from Hot Topics, but not in store. They mailed it, they mailed it in. I've gotten one from GameStop. I have Spastic. I think I got one from there. So mine have come from all over the place. So.
Yeah. I know some people have been saying you can buy like a 6-pack from spastic and you're guaranteed one, like a 6-pack of the same one. Usually when I buy the 6-packs, they're random ones. It's like a mystery box kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, you could do that, but then you're stuck with 5, commons. What would I do with 5 common sodas? I mean, some people, I guess, sell them or trade them. I'm not much into trading too much. So I usually just put them in my giveaways. I do Saturday videos where I'll do a giveaway like later today. I got to put my Saturday video up.
Yeah, you have to hashtag rig that so I can win again.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to even put you on the wheel anymore. I mean, I don't know if that's appropriate, but
your wheel
put you on a secondary wheel, the loser's wheel, huh?
Your wheel really loves me. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I don't understand. I get other people who are like, hey, I'm never going to win. I was like, well, ask Sassy. She always wins. Maybe she can help you out. I mean, I don't know. I just like put them on the wheel and spin it, and whatever happens, happens.
So Eric says, what is more hot right now? Sodas, obviously, if you cannot find them because people are buying them up.
Yeah, well, I think they're. Well, here's the thing: they are very popular, but there's smaller quantities of them out there. Like when they put out, hey, this is only even the high volume ones of 20,000. That's still nothing compared to what you would have for pops. I mean, they make hundreds of thousands of pops.
Yeah.
Depending, so are they more popular or are there just fewer of them? So it makes it more challenging to find it. So take that, Eric.
I think they're more popular right now because of all the different ones that are coming out. But I don't know. What do you think about the new Alice in Wonderland ones? Because they already look glow in the dark, but then the chases are glow in the dark. So I don't know how I feel about those.
Well, you're talking about the black light ones? Yeah. Those are going to be cool. Those are going to be really neat if you're into that black light kind of thing. It's sort of interesting, some of the stuff that people think, hey, this is the newest, hottest thing. It's the 70s, okay? They basically, everything was black light. A lot of lamps, and people had all this black light stuff, and you do all that type of stuff. Be careful about bringing a black light into a hotel room. Everything glows in there, and I'll let you figure out why.
You ever watch that show where that guy would go and examine hotel rooms?
Yes, I watched it once, and I'm just like, I'll never stay at another hotel room if I continue to watch these.
Right.
So I used to travel a lot for my job, so I'm grateful not to even be aware of those things. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting that some of these things that were real popular are sort of back at the top of the order kind of thing. So, but they are very cool for sure. I've been collecting those blacklight pops, the Marvel ones. And I do want to get those blacklight sodas for sure.
Did you order the new blacklight ones that just came out like last week?
The pops? Are you talking about the sodas?
The pops, yeah.
I haven't. I mean, I've gotten pretty lazy when it is like hunting online. I'm more into doing a lot of mystery boxes. I like early on when I did my channel, it was all about the mystery boxes, and people seemed to really enjoy that. And then I started focusing on these cons, and I do like buying them. I'm more interested in getting the surprise, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I've gotten back into trying to hunt down mystery boxes, although they're harder to find now because so many companies are kind of getting away from that. So but I still go to Smile World or Spastic or Gem Pops or some of the other people in the community and get some mystery boxes from there. So I'm sort of focusing on those, and then maybe they'll sneak one in there and I'll just go ahead and get it. But I've sort of started looking at that. I'm also running out of space down here. My wife's like, okay, no more room on any of the shelves. So now what? More shelves. What do you think? Oh, well, I'll just stop collecting then and shut my channel down. Wrong. I said, you're going to find some sitting over the headboard in our bedroom soon. That's what's going to happen.
I did that for a while till I got this building. I filled up the whole top of the headboard part. But we do have Dolly came into the chat, and Sunshine Toys. Hello. Roscoe Pop says all of his chases came from buying in store, never online. And then Jedi John says that sodas are more collectible than pops, he thinks.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think that they're collectible in the fact that anytime you have something that's more limited, you're going to have a level of more collectivity. Like, for example, I used to collect baseball cards and football cards years ago, and I thought this is my gold. I'm just going to put them in a box, and they are worth nothing, zero. And they're and then now football cards are worth a lot because they'll make them and it'll be like 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10 or anything like that. So you're limiting the quantities. So whenever you have that, you're going to be in a situation where they'll have more than likely have more value. But so yeah, I think there's definitely something to that. I don't know if that's just because there's sodas or pops, but I think that there's space in collecting for both. Just like I said, from my perspective, I just feel like for me, I collect more pops. I have like 400 something pops, and I have maybe, I don't know, 40 sodas. So when you talk about my collection, it's like a tenth the size, because I just feel like there's more opportunities there to get stuff that I really want, whereas they're more limited now. But Funko is definitely going in that direction for sure. They smell money. Whenever you can rest assured when Funko does something, it's all about money and what it comes down to. So yeah, I'm sure they're definitely going to widen that area.
I think they're a better success than the Dorbs were. I love Dorbs. I don't know why they didn't go anywhere, but I mean, I guess it is what it is.
I never collected any of the Dorbs. They look kind of weird looking. I don't know. I just thought they looked, I mean, like Funkos look weird because they have big heads and little bodies, but these had, I don't know, it seemed like kind of strange. It seemed a little more niche than the other stuff. So, I guess the people just, really weren't into them. And sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes you think something's going to be really great and it isn't. And, I mean, and I remember one time I used to work at a retail store when I was in college, and, earn a little bit extra money. And this guy comes in and he's looking at these ties. And I was working in the men's department, had all these ties laid out. He's looking at these ties, and they were the ugliest ties in the world. They had little figures on them, and they're really stupid looking. And he's laying them out, and the guy's coming over there, and he goes, "Yeah, these are really nice." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. If you like them, you're welcome to them." They were already discounted down, and all these different things. He's like, "I wonder why they're not selling." I said, "They're hideous. Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Well, I don't think so. I think that blah blah blah." Come to find out, this guy was the salesman that purchased these particular goods and services for the company and put them there. And he came down to spread them out. He's like, "Well, I just don't think y'all are displaying them." I said, "You can display them however you want. They're ugly." And that's it. So he got all offended. But, you never know. Sometimes you think it's going to be great, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. So I kept my job, though, luckily.
Yeah. So. Well, Eric says don't use hotel counters for your toothbrushes. Instead, bring a cup holder to put them in, just saying.
It sounds like he's operating out of experience. Have you had toothbrush issues, Eric? Don't make the maid. You should never make the maid mad. You should never make somebody who's waiting on you mad. My wife is notorious for doing this. We'll go to a restaurant and somebody takes like 5 extra minutes to deliver the appetizer, and she's like, "It took you long enough." I'm like, whoa, let's not get crazy here. Just let her drop the food down and go back and get my entree. And then you can say whatever you want when I'm in the car, because I don't want to get involved in this. But yeah, she's, and like I said, not trying to be mean-spirited, but her filter is gone. My filter is getting gone, but hers is long gone. So she'll just say whatever it is. So
Mr. KG used to be like that. Every time we go somewhere, I'd be like, "Okay, what are we going to get into this time?" Because he wouldn't hold back. He would tell him how he thought, and just like, ugh. But as he's gotten older, his filter has filtered better. So
usually it doesn't work that way. It's just like, well, I'm old. I'll say whatever I want. My filter, but yeah.
Eric said he's worked at a hotel before. So.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
So it sounds like he's done that to people. So have you done something with somebody else's toothbrush before? Is that what you're saying, Eric? Oh, it seems pretty devious.
Yeah. He says the Barbarian would yell as customers came in, "Welcome to Thai World."
I threatened to give them away with a shirt. Like I was like, when you sell them a shirt, just give them the tie. I'm like, I don't think they'd want it. I think they'd throw it right in the garbage on the way out the store.
Jay Lee says, don't make the people mad that handle your food.
Very true. Well, I don't think you should treat people bad anyway. I mean, being real, people are working for tips and stuff like that. Unless somebody is, egregiously, rude or whatever it is. Most people get mad because the food's not good. Well, they're not making the food. The cook in the back is the one. Go back to the kitchen, open the door. Actually, I wouldn't do that either, because he probably has a chef's knife. Open the door and yell at the cook. Don't yell at the person waiting on you. I don't know. I've had some pretty good luck for the most part, luckily. So, but I haven't eaten in a restaurant. I ate in a restaurant for my birthday. That was the first time I ate in a restaurant in a year.
Wow.
So yeah, I usually will just get takeout get food to go or my wife will cook something. She burned my dinner last night. I was horrified. It's one of those things where I was just like, I smell something burning. Oh, no, that's just our dinner. Our dinner shouldn't smell like it's on fire. And then I opened the stove and the broiler's on. Somehow we went to 550 degrees on my broccoli and chicken cheese casserole, and it's completely black along the top. So I had a rough one. Last night.
Oh, King Bob says don't make the guy at the counter repair shop mad.
I'm sure that's true.
Let's watch the movie Waiting with Ryan Reynolds.
I haven't seen that one.
I go to the mall now. I used to go to Dave & Buster's.
Oh. No.
So does anybody have any other topics they would like us to talk about since we just went over the...
And I clearly won. So winner won. I'll take the roll. I 1-0. Okay, so 1 on this side, 0 on that side. We got that internally.
I think the chat can determine who's the winner.
Okay, so who's the winner? I'll let the chat determine who's the winner, and don't try to be nice to the host. Okay, the guest should always be the one that's treated the best. Let's be honest. You don't bring somebody into your home and insult them. That's just not how it's done. So remember that.
Flipcake says hello, Bearded Barbarian.
Hey, Flipcake, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, Charles. How are you? Mr. Pop Royalty says, hey, Barbarian. Hope you're having a great day. Same to you, Sassy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nancy says that Sassy won.
Who said it?
Nancy.
You can't just cherry pick the ones that say you won. There's got to be at least 20 people in here that said there's 19 people in here. There's 18 other people on my side. Am I right?
Winner chicken dinner.
Who said it?
Nancy says winner chicken dinner. King Bob says Sassy. Let's see. Why is it not working? Hold on. There we go. King Bob.
Probable user error.
Yeah, it is. I'm still new to this. Running a live on my channel is new.
You've been on lives a bunch of times. You've just been sitting and coasting so long that you just like, well, I'll just sit back and just be the entertainment. Let the other person work the controls like you're in the back of an airplane or something.
Well, hey, if it works, right?
Well, that's my job. I'm supposed to be the backseat driver over here. You work the steering wheel and the shifter.
Well, it doesn't look like you're trying to help anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm here to hinder. Nowhere in my contract did it say I'm supposed to help.
Oh, okay. You running your mouth, that's about all.
The
girls are outside jumping in mud puddles.
This is what I get paid for. This is what I get paid for over here.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Cajun wins. He is married to Sassy.
Right. Is that right?
Yeah. Candyman says he woke up from my slumber and came to say, "What's up, everyone?" Hello, Mr. Candyman. How are you? Bearded Barbarian does not like ties. Flipcake. LOL.
I didn't say I didn't like ties. See, this is how rumors get started. Oh, he doesn't like ties, and he's into bow ties, or some weird thing happens. It's not that I don't like ties. I don't like ugly ties. Okay, it can just be a design. It doesn't have to have a person on it, or a dude on a bicycle, or one of those old people with a big hat on it, or something like that. It can just be a regular design.
Just That'd be perfectly fine. Huh? Just a
plain, like a paisley. Whatever happened to paisley ties? You remember those? That they look like little amoebas, something like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nice paisley tie.
Trapper says that I'm not a noob anymore. Lies, he says.
You were a noob? When were you a noob? Last week?
I don't know. I guess.
I see.
Nancy says they have a bad storm there.
Hmm.
Do you have a bad storm where you are?
No, it's sunny out. Sunny outside. I went out earlier. It was in the 70s. We don't get, last night it got pretty stormy. There was lightning and thunder, but not today.
Trapper says that Big Chef said that about me, that I'm not a noob anymore.
I see. Well, if you're not a noob, you know what that makes you? An olb. Okay, so I think I'd rather be a noob. You know what I mean?
You're old than me, so I don't
That's
know.
not true.
You've
That is
been-
absolutely not true. I'm a
you've been-
millennial.
you've
You are
been-
one of those boomers they talk about. Those baby
No.
boomers.
You just had a birthday.
I did. Yep, I
Okay,
did.
mine's not till August.
23. I can now drink. Isn't that great?
Mine's not till August. According to other people, every time I get in a chat, it's my birthday, but it's not until August. So, yeah, you're older.
And what age will you be come August?
Same as you.
So 23. That's great.
I just look better. I mean, I don't look as old as you.
Who told you that? What mirror have you been looking at? That mirror on the wall.
I don't have as many whites as you do.
I know. They can do wonderful things with hair coloring nowadays.
I mean, I could do this again, and we could, compete.
Right.
But
I don't have that much gray. This is my beard. If I shaved my beard off, I look like I was 12.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. That is true. I don't have a chin though. If you shave my beard off, I'm chinless, so I don't want to do that. So.
Oh, you don't like that look.
Mm-hmm. And I know what people are thinking. This camera is at a bad angle. It's an up shot, so you're seeing extra chins. Okay, it's just the camera. I am skinny and anemic. Okay, so it's just weird. Oh, some weird lighting. The ring light.
Your camera angle, then.
The camera's not that good. I need to upgrade to a newer version.
You need a 4K.
Yeah, I need a 4K exactly. In 2K, this is what I look like. 4K, it's like twice as good.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So LJ the Geek says, I'm like a revolving door of lives. Everyone gets a turn.
Yikes.
So there you go.
Okay. Nancy said she needs a beard to cover up her 4 chins. I don't think that it's as good of a look on a woman as it is on a man. But there are some people that maybe can manage it.
We've tried it. It just doesn't look. It just, I don't know.
No, it's not good. It's a pass. And really, this is the thing. People don't realize this. My brother had a beard because he's been, on furlough for a long time for this job. And he grew this beard. He was like, I'm growing a beard because it's less maintenance. It is so much more maintenance to have a beard than people think. People are like, oh, just grow it. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, if you want it to look like a mess, if you want to look like somebody, the Unabomber or something like that hiding out in the Montana woods. But if you want to look halfway decent, you got to trim it and keep it clean. And it gets dandruffy. Like if I don't put, lotions and stuff in it, it creates this snowstorm on my shirt here. It's not good. It's not good. A lot of work. So it's not easy being this pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Dwayne. So what date in August? Mine's the 26th. His is in August too.
Oh, is that right? Same age?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about same age, but LJ says he has a beard to cover up the 2 or 3 chins that he has.
Oh, how about that?
Nancy says skinny and anemic is the new dish they serve at Ruby Tuesday.
Is that right? Well, it comes with that free salad. You go to Ruby Tuesday, you get that free salad. You can put anything on my plate. I'm good with it.
Okay, so here's our first question. Who has the better franchise, Batman or Spider-Man?
All right, so what do you think?
I'm a Batman girl. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, so...
Yeah, we're not gonna have much debate on this one. I'm not much of a Spider-Man fan. I like Spider-Man okay. I don't know. He seemed annoying. And maybe it was what's his name that played Spider-Man. Here we go again with the name game. Tobey Maguire. Dag, I got it. He was annoying. I did not like Tobey Maguire in that.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was over. It's just he was like 40. He was 40 and he was playing like an 18-year-old. I mean, what are we talking about here? I don't know why they got to keep doing these things. Let's put an old man in there and pretend like he's 18. Okay, he just looked too old for the part. So they should have actually found somebody that looked the age. So I don't know. And he looked kind of fat and as skinny in that suit. I don't know. If I had put it on, I would have looked horrendous too. But they didn't ask me. So I don't know. I didn't think Spider-Man was that good.
Have you watched the new Falcon Winter Soldier?
No, I haven't watched any of those shows really. I'm not really into. I don't like Captain America, and I got in this big debate with TechBot, and he was saying, because he loves, it's just like to me, Captain America is such a nerdy character.
I'm sorry, Sunshine Toys. Close your ears.
What's that?
Because Brian is a huge.
Oh yeah. I hate to do this to you, buddy. He is such a nerdy character. He's like, I'm for good, and he's just like. it just seems a very one-dimensional, and it's just like he's a really good person and blah blah blah. I hate really good people. You know what I mean? They're so oh, I'm so good. It's just like, to me, I like having a character that's a little bit more two-dimensional. You know what I mean? Like Batman is a little bit dark and a little bit, he's a good guy, but it's not like totally a good guy. A little bit crazy, a little bit, you know what I mean? A little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. You know what I mean? Going back to the, I just think that, I don't know. I prefer my characters that are a little bit more than that. So, and to each his own. Far be it for me to poo-poo on what anybody else likes, but for me, I don't like Captain America. And Spider-Man feels kind of like the same thing. And then they decided, oh, we're not going to have Peter Parker be Spider-Man anymore. Now we're going to put another person in there. I hate it when they do that. Why do they got to switch people? Okay. I'm like, oh, I'm this one Spider-Man, and now you get used to one Spider-Man, and then they're like, oh, it's another Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't know. They did the same thing with Captain America. It's just a different person now.
I was about to say, the new Falcon and Winter Soldier, the Captain America, not cool at all. I don't know why they chose him. My son said because of money. But I'm like, that's probably true, but the new Captain America, I'm not impressed at all. So Whipcake says Batman sells more. Nancy says she's seen more Spider-Man movies than Batman. Essie Mom says Spidey is her favorite. Dwayne said he's 44, so he's 2 years behind us.
Oh, okay.
I like Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland's a good. I think he does it because he actually looks the age. He looks like he sort of fits in the character. So. Oh,
Flipcake, you have to see the last episode. Oh my God, it's so good. Who is better, Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne?
What do you think?
I'm a Bruce Wayne girl, but I'm not opposed to Tony Stark either. But I'm all about Batman and Joker and Harley. So, what do you think?
I think that personally, I really like Tony Stark. But yeah, I like both of the characters are similar in a lot of ways. They're wealthy and, they have all that. They're sort of arrogant and a bit nutty, etc. But I guess I like Tony Stark more because of the way that was portrayed with what's his name that played Iron Man. So I personally really like. I never liked him. It's sort of interesting. I like the character Batman from the comic books and from that. But if you're talking about the movies, so it kind of goes two different ways. I would say I enjoyed the Iron Man movies way more than I did the Batman movies. I'm not sure how you could do much of a better job than.
Well, and I feel like his suit's better, to be honest, than Batman's. But Batman was always my hero since I was a little girl. So I'm a faithful person. So once I have a stick on one side, then that's pretty much where I stick.
Right. Yeah. It's to be honest with you, I like the early Batman movies were awesome. And, the 1989 movies, I mean, that really, for me, somebody that used to collect comic books, were into comic books, that sort of opened the door to, this is something that brings basically a comic book to life kind of thing. So those were awesome. And then, of course, they went and did, and the first two movies were great, and then they went completely off the tracks and did some completely insane stuff and basically ruined the franchise for a long time. So, but yeah, I really do like Iron Man, what they did with those movies. The Marvel movies have a tendency to be a little bit more light and have more humor. And I think the best movies are the ones that can do both, can be entertaining, be exciting, and can also have parts that are humorous, so that the down parts don't seem like down parts. Because I get a lot of a vibe from that from the DC movies.
I've heard this comparison the other day, that Marvel is more for kids and DC is more for adults because it is a darker story and there's more things that you wouldn't want kids to see, kind of thing.
I think there's definitely a vibe of that. I think the Marvel movies are for multi-generation, people that you can bring a family to and you can enjoy it as an adult as well. But yeah, I think that you definitely probably wouldn't want to bring children to a DC movie for sure. But I think there's also the element of, as an adult, I know I'm 46 and I said I was a 5-year-old basically, but I just, there are parts of these movies that, like I said, the parts where there's not action, I'm sort of bored. I'm looking at my watch every time I sort of, rank these movies of how often am I looking at my watch during this movie, like how much longer is this thing going to go, is whether or not it's good. Because a lot of people, here's the thing that's sort of interesting. I read an article about this one time. It said most people think movies are really good if it has a really good ending, if it has a really epic ending. And even though the first part of the movie wasn't that great and the middle part was okay, but it has an epic ending, people are like, that was a great movie because that's the part they remember the most. When in reality, maybe the movie wasn't that good. It was just a really good ending. So, and vice versa. If you have a really good movie that's got a good beginning and middle, and then the end just kind of like leaves you like, did they really end it like that? It's almost like the movie wasn't any good.
No, I prefer the part where the movie's good at the beginning and then kind of tapers off towards the end, because it captures you at the beginning and it keeps you intrigued and wanting to see what's going to happen next. If it starts kind of boring at the beginning, I'm just like, yeah, I really can't get into this movie, and it doesn't grab my attention to where now I'm playing on my phone or going to the bathroom, or it doesn't really do it for me. So I'm the excitement at the beginning kind of person.
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, I mean, obviously you want to have it's exciting all the way through. I mean, but there are very few movies that fall into that category. But at least to have some sort of arc where you feel like it's, doing one thing or the other thing, but you need to be grabbed at the beginning, because just like you said, there are plenty of people, I've only done this a couple times, that literally will walk out of a movie. Start watching something, it is extraordinarily boring, and just like, I can't do it. I mean, I've done that for things I've watched on like Netflix. Like I'll start watching a show. Someone's like, it is an amazing show. And I start watching, I'm like, this is the worst. I got to start taking a look at my friends. If my friends are recommending these, they must be dullards or something. I don't know what's wrong with them, because this is a horrible show. And just like I was talking to TechBot when he was talking about WandaVision. And I was like, well, I've heard that the first couple of episodes were not that good. He said, well, you got to be into third episode before it gets good. I'm not sitting through 3 episodes of something that's garbage. You've lost your mind if you think my time is that, not valuable. So for me, I'd much rather have something, just like you said, have something at the beginning. Hopefully you have a really good ending, but so many of these movies are, part 1 and then there's going to be a part 2. So it doesn't really have an ending. It's just like, what can we do to get you to want to stay and see the next one?
Right.
So they do it on purpose.
Right. I think the ending where, I can't believe it happened that way, gets you to where you'll want to see more, to be able to say, okay, well, what's going to happen next? Or how are they going to remedy this? Or, you know what I mean?
Right. Exactly right.
So Eric says barbarians can't learn to change channels on TV. Jay Lee says Marvel Team Up number 14, where Invisible visits the Marvel Universe, would be anyone's fun time. That takes a shot on his name, and also I have superpowers. I know I'll call myself Superman. Dude, that's lame. And then Nancy says that barbarians don't even have TVs.
I have a TV. I just don't have cable anymore. No more satellite dish.
Joker. Who played it best?
I'll go first here. I'm going to say I like Jack Nicholson as Joker. It might be a hot take.
I agree.
You agree? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that was over. That was easy.
Yeah.
Where's that easy button? That was easy. The other one was good. I liked Heath Ledger. They were the thing that was good about the both of them is they were very different Batmans. They didn't try, like, one Batman doesn't try to pretend to be like the other Batman.
Right.
And when you do those things, that's when things get really, really ugly.
Yeah.
But the original Joker was more trying to be comedic, trying to be just different in a different, like a little bit crazy, whereas Heath Ledger's, it was really more of a darker version of that one. So I think that was the good thing that they decided to do, is kind of pick a different style. And I think that's the best thing.
Behind on comments. I'm not trying to ignore everybody's comments. I'm trying to get them up.
Yes, she is. If she doesn't read your comment, she thinks your comment's horrible. Don't believe her. Do not believe her.
You talk too much. That's why I can't get them up there.
Me? Why am I talking too much? I'm talking just the perfect amount. That's what the voices in my head tell me I'm talking the perfect amount.
If Batman had a tech suit like Spider-Man, he would use it to the full potential. Adam West was great back in the day.
A lot of people like Adam West. It's a little bit before my time. Again, I know people think that's BS, but it is. I used to watch the reruns, like Saturday morning cartoons, where I used to watch them. They would show the old. It was for what it was. It was interesting. Adam West did not need to. His outfit didn't need to be that tight. I saw a lot about people. He really could have pushed back from that buffet every now and then. Again, pot calling the kettle black. I get that, but boy, that was painted on. I don't know about that. I spent a lot of my time staring at his outfit, thinking, just the wrong move and everything comes out. So.
Eric said, whose villain would be better match up for the other? Either Joker for Spider-Man or Venom for Batman.
That's interesting. That's an interesting debate. What do you think about that?
I think Venom would be great for Batman because it's Venom. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know a whole lot about Venom. Just that he looks weird, but I think it would be a great challenge for Batman.
Yeah, I think Venom's very popular. I think people would like Venom to be a villain for all the characters. I think at this particular point.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I prefer Joker, just because I think it's a more interesting character. Again, I'm more of a type of person that enjoys sort of the psychological growth of the different characters. So for me, I just like, depending on who played the Joker. See, that's the thing. It's again who plays the Joker, and again, if we're talking about if we're talking about comic books or we're talking about movies, I have a tendency to talk about movies because more people are into those than maybe the comic books. But I do think that the Joker would be a really, really fun one to do because I feel like it could torment some different people in different ways. I like tormenting people. It's sort of my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ask Sassy or my wife or anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody else I come in contact with, quite frankly. So.
Mm-hmm. So Flipcake said he is collaborating together with Zekbot.
With who?
Zekbot.
Oh, Zekbox. Oh, okay. I've never bought a Zekbox. Have you bought one of them?
No, never.
Yeah, I've never bought one of those. I'll have to take a look at it and see what they think. That's great. That's awesome. There's a lot of cool boxes out there. I bought BAM box, and one time I did buy a Zobi box, but I've never bought a Zek box. I'll have to take a look and see what other people. What's in there? A Flipcake. What do they have in the box?
So Nancy said she agrees about the ending. She's liked movies, and then a bad ending made the whole movie crap.
Yeah, it definitely can. It can definitely sort of make you fall flat. But again, like we were saying, a lot of movies right now aren't having an ending because they want to, especially if we're talking about superhero movies, they're having like, oh, there'll be another movie, so we can't really end it. You just sort of leave it as a cliffhanger. And is it a cool cliffhanger? Or is it a bit of a lame cliffhanger? So I think that's basically what you end up finding. So.
Well, hello, Quick Draw. Frog Prince is in here now. Jay Lee said that Spidey did battle the Joker in one book. Mark Bagley does a cool Joker. Or Bagley.
Yeah. I was just talking to somebody else about, crossovers. I'd like to see with Marvel DC crossovers with some movies. See if that would be something that they would consider doing. But I don't know. These companies have a tendency to not want to work with each other that much. So, but I think it would be very, very cool to see like a Batman, Iron Man kind of crossover movie or something like that, where you have characters, because you find some of the characters, there's a bit of overlap with the style of who the characters are. And it would be kind of cool to have something like that. So if it's done properly, I know DC would love it because Marvel is the one that can makes the big bucks on these movies. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if Marvel would be into it though.
Eric said Conan Barbarian remakes were horrible. Most walked out.
What one? They remade them? Oh, I didn't realize they remade. Is he talking about the ones with Arnold? Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I don't know.
I liked Arnold and Conan. He was a perfect match for that position. He couldn't speak English. You found somebody that could not speak English, and you put him in a character that doesn't talk. It was perfect for him. So I'm not sure if he's talking about those or there was another one, but I thought Arnold did a decent job for what they were. They were kind of like, B movies anyway, but I thought they were good. So, Nancy, and I'm a barbarian, so my vote counts.
There you go. So Nancy says the TV series She's binged a few shows and they ended up so abruptly, like it needed another series or wrap up episode, and maybe they lost funding or something, and that's left unfinished.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there are definitely some series that they thought, well, there'll be another season, and then they just decided not to do it. Instead of making one last episode to wrap things up, they just, I guess, move on. It's disappointing. I do that on Netflix a lot. Like, I'll go on Netflix and find a show that I really like, and either I'm weird and nobody likes the things I like, which I don't believe is the case. I don't know what the other answer is. But every time I like a show, I was like, I can't wait for season 2 of that, and it never comes. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is infuriating. Like there's multiple episodes of things. Hey, these are the most recent things you watch. When's season 2 coming up? Oh, they're not going to make another season of that. And then something that I watched that was horrible, that's like total garbage. And they're like, oh, we got more seasons of that coming. I just don't get it. They need to listen to me more often. They rarely do.
Well, before you were BBC, you raised saber-tooth tigers, Flipcake said.
Nah, that's not right. No, I'm not sure that I could do. I don't like pets. I'm not really into pets. I mean, that's yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I don't like pets. I don't have any pets because I don't like taking care of anything. I can barely take care of myself. I don't want to lift anyone else's poop or clean up.
That's probably kids, huh?
Exactly. That's exactly right. I can barely take care of myself.
Yeah, I mean, we know that because you couldn't even make it to the bathroom.
Anyway. Right. That's very true.
Yeah.
That's right. My wife had to help me with that. So if there was a child, then you'd have to tend to that. We don't have time for those things.
So Eric says I'm all up on Batman's cape. So Jay Lee got to meet Adam West and Frank Gorshin at a local con back in the 90s.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Adam West used to go to a lot of cons. I don't know who. If Frank Gorshin, I assume, was in the show as well. I'm not sure what character he played, but I know that Adam West used to go to a lot of the shows. I don't think he does anymore.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Did he die? Is he alive? That's the thing. I was going to say, well, he might not go anymore. I wonder why that is. He might be passed away. But I think he's still alive. I don't know.
Barbarians eat pets back in the day.
I've never had cat or dog. So if those are the pets you're referring to, I've never partaken.
Eric is right. I'm again. I don't know that word. Comics were DC and Marvel crossover books.
Yeah. Amalgam comics. Yeah. Okay. I've never really. I've heard that they did make comics, but I've never read any of them.
I met him just walking on the floors at the Wizard World like 6 years ago. Wow, that's cool.
Very cool.
They did make crossovers. I think I'm all caught up finally.
Oh, very good. I appreciate everybody's information. We seem to not be very knowledgeable, and by we, I mean you.
No, I think it was you.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. So basically, I won that one too. So what is the score so far? It's 3-0, I believe. Is that right?
Oh,
I mean, not that we're taking official. We're not officially taking.
And 0 on your side. Yeah.
I think you got some dyslexia thing going on right now because it's 3 over here. Interesting.
Nancy said she'd say Harley versus Wonder Woman.
Oh, Harley versus Wonder Woman. What do you think about that one? Who's your favorite character?
Harley's my favorite, but I actually think Wonder Woman would probably win.
Yeah, I mean, she's got actual powers, and Harley doesn't. So, but here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing about this is Harley would fight dirty, whereas Wonder Woman, I'm gonna, just throw the lasso and get you to tell the truth, and nobody's listening to that stuff. So I don't think Harley's crazy enough. She wouldn't know the truth anyway, so it's not a big deal. But I think that some of these villains would do well in this because they don't fight fair. And they would probably get other people involved. It wouldn't be a one-on-one situation anyway. So I think that in those circumstances, I think that ultimately Harley might have a chance. Maybe.
That's a pop I want. Before she turns into Harley, I want her Harleen pop.
Her what?
Her when she was Harleen.
Oh, I don't have that one. I hadn't seen that pop.
Yeah, it's cool. She's got her glasses on and her medical cape and everything. It's cool.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Harley fan. But yeah, I mean she's cool. They've sort of made her into something else. They've sort of made her into like a sex symbol kind of character now, which is sort of interesting. But for whatever it is.
So Eric says Wonder Woman mops her up. LJ
Why?
says
But
Wonder
I mean,
Woman
because she has super powers. Yeah, I mean, I guess. But just like I said, you're not paying attention. Harley's not gonna fight fair. It's not gonna be a one-on-one. She's gonna get in trouble, and she's gonna call in some of her other evil friends.
Nancy says she has the bat, or she would call the Joker.
That's right. That's right.
Duke said Wonder Woman would crush her.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Harley's a low.
I mean, really. I mean, Wonder Woman. I didn't really care for one. She's flying around in an invisible airplane, but she's not invisible. That's the thing I always thought was weird about it. Just like there was a thing. I was trying to remember what it was. It was on Saturday Night Live or something like that, where they show a person flying around, and it was a Family Guy episode where she's flying around, and the airplane is invisible, but she's not. You can still see her. What's the point of making the plane invisible?
So I guess you aren't a fan of Superman then.
Superman was okay, but he could do too much. It was impossible to beat him. Like this whole Batman against Superman. Come on, Superman was basically a god. He can do anything, unless you've got
So you want someone to have a little bit of a disadvantage.
They've got to have some weakness. I mean, and just having that one thing where if they have whatever it is, the person can be injured. I don't know. I just thought they didn't create enough weaknesses in this particular character so that you were ever worried that he would ever die. Of course, they did kill him eventually, but still, I don't know. I like the characters again that have a chance of actually being defeated. So.
Eric wants to know who would be better at wrestling a gator.
Between you and I, is that what you're saying?
I don't know. That's just what
it sounds like it. So what do you think? I'm gonna say you, because I don't like scary things. Okay, I am not getting anywhere near an alligator. Absolutely not.
I don't know. I would, back in the day, I would say me for sure, but I'm not as strong as I used to be. So.
Well, but you have to be smart about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to haul off and belt it, because I assume there's a possibility it would end up in its mouth. So, but I have watched a lot of the show about where they reel in the alligators, swamp people. I've seen that a lot. So it looks easy. It's just like when you're watching someone bake a cake, you're like, that's easy. All you need is some egg and some flour.
It doesn't look easy at all to me.
Oh, it looks very easy. They throw out this hook, and they pull him up, and he's just kind of flipping around. You let him for it to get tired, and then they get a gun and shoot it, and they reel it in. That's it. The hardest part looks like it's reeling it in. I'm thinking, man, that messed my back up, pulling that thing into the boat. Yeah, for sure. But everything else looks pretty easy to me. I mean, I don't really see how it'd be. Maybe my next vacation, that's what I'll do. I'll go out and try to see if I can pull in an alligator.
Let's record that so we can get that put up on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll make sure to record that and the hospital visit. And then, you know what I'm saying, the reattachment of my right arm. Make sure all that's included in the video.
So, Deuce says, Wonder Woman mad is deadly. She's not the Hulk, however. But then Harley is a Wandy fangirl who, so think of one time did she knock herself out, basically.
Well, like we had said, I mean, one character has superpowers and the other character doesn't. So, it puts her at a significant disadvantage, but it depends how much help she can manage. But I don't think it'll be as easy as you think.
No, I didn't say it was going to be easy.
I was referring to the larger population.
Yeah.
Like people in general.
So Eric wants to know who would win, Hulk or Superman?
I mean, I would think that Superman would definitely win that one for sure. I mean, he's got superpowers. What are you going to do to him?
Yeah, I mean, Hulk just gets mad, right? I mean, what else does he have?
He doesn't have anything. He's big and now if he can get a hold of Superman, Superman's indestructible. What are you going to do to him? I mean, unless he's wearing a suit of whatever that stuff that kills Superman, I don't really know what you would do. So I don't. I mean, to me, it seems again, any fight with Superman in it is, I don't see how you beat him, because they sort of made an indestructible character that you can't beat. So, again, the Superman, I never really got into Superman. He was just too indestructible. So,
Well, hello, Jim. I haven't seen a comment from you before. So, hello. And he says Superman has been scaled down a lot. Originally, he could literally juggle planets.
there you go. Kryptonite. There it is. See, I knew it. My memory's gone to squash again. So yeah, kryptonite. So somebody put, Nancy put, Hulk will get his fist covered in kryptonite. Now you're doing something. If you can manage something like that, it's interesting that everyone can fashion something. I'll just get some kryptonite, down at the local swap meet. I mean, where are you going to find kryptonite? You know what I mean? It seems to be readily available for anyone that wants to fight Superman. So, I mean, we're not talking about aluminum cans that we're getting down at the recycling factory. So, but yeah, if you could, wrap your fist in kryptonite, then you got something going. So,
well, welcome, Velvet Woods. They're from Canada, so welcome to our debate today.
If you're new or you just got here, I'm winning, and Sassy is doing anything she can to catch up. So just so you know, just to keep you up to date where we are.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, LJ says that Eric wins because of all the questions. So we all know.
I don't really think that people in the chat are people in the chat able to win. That doesn't sound right.
I don't know.
We set this up so I would win. I thought that's what basically what it was.
I don't see myself doing it. 7-Eleven doesn't have kryptonite.
Yep, 7-Eleven doesn't have kryptonite. I have looked. I mean, they got those little sausages in the can and that milk stuff, but they don't have kryptonite. I've asked.
Jim Pop said he's listening. He's at work, so he can't talk. Sorry.
No, it's all good. We appreciate you being here.
We don't need you to talk. You would probably say some crazy stuff anyway.
I mean, all Sassy's been doing this whole time is talking about She got hopped up on some caffeine and in double dose of espresso or whatever it is, and she's wound up like a top.
Wow.
Can't get a word in edgewise.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. We will win because we got to be a part of this awesome live stream. Oh, thanks, LJ.
Now that's nice. Now see, and finally somebody showed up that was nice instead of Eric and his comments.
Oh, okay.
Defame me.
Who wins, Black Panther or Batman?
That's a good one.
I've never seen Black Panther.
You've seen him in the Avengers movies, haven't you?
Really. No.
He was in there.
I haven't gotten to the Avengers yet.
Oh Lord. I think that they're pretty evenly matched because neither of them really have a lot of superpowers. So I think they're pretty evenly matched. It kind of depends on where they would be fighting, what kind of a fight. I think Batman probably has a bit of the upper hand, but I think it's a pretty evenly matched. This is probably one of the ones so far that I think are probably the most evenly matched. But again, I think it starts out being 1 against 1. These fights never end up there. So it depends on how they would get involved with these things. So I probably lean towards Batman, but I can see both sides having their shot there. So, but Black Panther's a cool character. I really do like Black Panther as well. Yeah. So
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Plutonium.
It makes me wonder what they're going to do with that character. If they're going to, I assume they're just going to recast. They have to recast it because
I think they said they wouldn't recast.
Oh, they're not going to recast it. That's
interesting. I don't think so.
Interesting.
Velvet Wood said, "What about plutonium? Can you get that at 7-Eleven?"
I'm not sure. Doc Brown got it. I'm not sure. Where did Doc Brown get his plutonium?
From the Libyans, didn't he?
The Libyans, but it was the Libyan 7-Eleven. Okay, they have their own version there. You can just pick it up.
Right.
I'm not too sure. I have tried some of the Slurpees down there, and they glow green. There's a possibility there's a little bit of plutonium in there.
Did it make you glow?
It did. It came out the other side glowing. So yeah, sure.
Oh, no,
see, I knew we'd get back here. I knew it. It would always come back to that.
So LJ wants to know if anyone out there found the 7-Eleven Deadpool and wanted to give him up. I did. I have a 7-Eleven Deadpool, but you can't have it. Sorry.
Oh, very good. I wasn't able. I asked somebody in 7-Eleven. I went to a 7-Eleven and asked them where the Funko Pops were. They looked at me like I'd lost my mind. They're
Well,
like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Nancy called and they said, "Oh, what is that? An ice cream? What you talking about? A pop? A ice cream?" She
Yeah,
says,
they
"No,
did.
it's a figure in a box." You know,
Right.
they had no clue. We
Yeah,
don't feel that here.
right.
Yeah.
And they probably. So I heard somebody went into a place and said, I need to get a Funko Pop, and they said the same thing. We don't sell them here, and it was literally over their left shoulder. It was like it's right there. They didn't even know what they had. They just showed up and like, I'm taking money, and that's that.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, they don't. They're not like they have a meeting ahead of time about their new products or anything. It doesn't. I don't think it works that way.
No, I don't think they do. So,
Yeah, so
hello,
you just need to
Funko
look.
Brothers. How are you? Let me know, and I want one for a good price plus shipping.
Yikes.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you can find them somewhere. Somebody probably bought a bunch of them up. I've heard some people that work at these 7-Elevens bought a bunch, started reselling them. So I wasn't able to get them.
Yeah, Deuce said he doesn't have any 7-Elevens. We don't have any either.
Now I do have a 7-Eleven pop. I was able to pull a Mysterio pop out of a Funko. One of the things. It's a pretty valuable pop.
Yeah,
So I was able to get that one. So that was cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it at 7-Eleven or anything.
I remember when you pulled that.
That was a cool one. It was a cool one.
Jay Lee said his main Black Panther memory is from Marvel Zombies.
Interesting.
And then Eric wants to know Joker versus Deadpool.
Joker versus Deadpool. Joker versus Deadpool. What do you think?
I would say probably Joker because he's kind of loony.
You think Deadpool is normal?
Well,
he seems insane. Both of them are crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. What's your take?
I think Deadpool for sure. I mean, he's indestructible. You cut his arm off and he grows a new arm. I mean, what are you going to do to him? Joker, he's just like, you think about Joker. He's not really that strong of a character. I mean, he's tends to be sneaky. He's the one person that would definitely fight dirty and get more people involved. He's not really a strong fighting character. He usually gets people to do his bidding for him. You know what I'm saying?
That's the beauty of the whole thing.
Well, that's true. Like I said, if he could, depends on the scenario. Like if Deadpool came upon him and he was, there by himself, and I think just a straight up fight, Deadpool would definitely win. But when you're talking about, the situation, if he could get more people involved, then yeah, I think Deadpool. But again, how do you kill Deadpool? You can't kill him. So, and Deadpool's my favorite character anyway. So I would never bet against Deadpool. Never.
Okay. So Jim Pop says, "Hey, hi to everyone. Sorry, can't really talk. Hi, bestie. Hi, Barbarian."
So what am I, not a bestie? What is that? That was very insulting. Come on now.
No, I'm the bestie. Sorry.
What am I, chopped liver over there? It's like, hey, you're awesome. I like you too, Barbarian. I'm just like, what am I, chopped liver? Come on now.
That's pretty much what it said. That I'm awesome.
I know. Very hurtful. Very hurtful. Come on now.
He just speaks the truth.
Yeah, nobody wants that. We're not here for the truth.
We're not here for the truth.
No. If you're here for the truth, you've reached the wrong live. I'm not sure where the live is. It's down the road somewhere.
So Eric said, if you both had superpowers, what would you choose and who would have the better powers?
Now, here we go. Go ahead, Sassy. I'll let you go first.
I have to think about that for a minute, so you go first.
I would say invisibility. That's a perfect one.
I would say
you can do so much with that. Huh?
You think? I would say mind control.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. But you can't find me because I'm invisible.
Oh, yeah, but if I have mind control, I could just telepathically send it to you.
No. You're adding 2 powers now. That's not cool. No, wrong. I get a power on top of a power. No. You have to look at the head and say, I'm going to control that line. You can't just, I'm going to control mine within, like it's got GPS or something within the 5-mile radius.
And it just happened? I have to be within eyesight of them?
Well, you're going to just read everyone's mind in like a 12-block radius?
Yeah.
That's not That's 2 powers. Then you got to pick 1 power. 1 power. You got to be able to see the person's head and then say, and I'm invisible. You're never going to find me, so you can't. I would definitely win.
I don't think that's how that works. But
I definitely do. I think that you're trying to subvert the conversation. I am one. Because again, invisibility. You think about it this way.
What's that mean? What's that word mean?
It means that you're trying to undermine the conversation by having 2 powers and me only having 1 power. Because if you want to have 2 powers, then I can add a power. Like I can fly and be invisible. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to do that, then that would be something. But I'm invisible, so you can't see me, so you can't read my mind. So I can go and do whatever I need to do. You see what I mean?
But you can
slip in somewhere.
You could fly without being able to fly. You could still be invisible and just put a power pack on and fly.
Right.
So
that's why I chose invisible. That's why invisible is better.
No.
It is. It is better. It's definitely better.
No.
Why is it not better? It's the perfect one.
Because I can control anything and whatever anybody does or says.
If you can see them, except I'm invisible. Did you miss that whole part?
That works. I think if I
that is how it works. I'm telling you, that's how it works.
No, that's not correct.
Come on, chat. Help me out here. Is she trying to get a second power? It sounds like, how can you? I'm going to read minds, but I'm just not even going to have to know whose mind I'm reading. It's just a random.
Well, no,
I'm just going to put out a signal like I'm got a satellite, dish attached to my head or something.
You think of a person, you want to control their mind, and then it happens. It's not just a random person.
You have to see them.
I want to control Bearded Barbarian, and I don't want him to do this.
Over a distance? That's not. How do you do that?
You haven't seen that on a movie before? I've seen.
That's 2 powers. But what you're talking about, somebody has 2 powers. It's got a distance power and stuff like that. No. You have to be able to see the person, and then you say, that person. I want to read that person's mind. You can't do it from a distance.
No, I don't believe that.
Come on now. Who's on my side here? It's 1 power. No. What the deuce? You don't know what? That's not true.
See, Bulk. Jim C says
nobody's ever going to be on my side. Come on, people. Everybody. See, this is why people are so difficult. Nobody's ever agreeable. Everyone is always disagreeable.
So Jim says that the bulk gets stronger the matter he gets. Oh, the Hulk. Would World Breaker Hulk almost sunk the East Coast by taking 1 step? I think there's an argument for both Hulk and Superman winning. I think Black Panther wins. So
yeah, I think I agree. I think that there is a chance for both to win based on the circumstances. But yeah, I mean, it kind of all depends on the. You could in any of these things, you could see a possibility for both people or both sides winning these things. So
hey, Teresa, what's up? What's the best fast food chicken nuggets?
Best fast food chicken nuggets. I mean, this is simple. Are we really talking about something here? McDonald's, of course.
Joker will blow Deadpool like he did with those hospitals in the Dark Knight movie.
I assume would blow up Deadpool.
Yeah,
I think that we could go down a really dark place by leaving the word "up" out.
So I'm just going there. I wasn't going to, but
Okay, I didn't go anywhere. I'm just saying. I could see someone interpret it a different way. It's like if we had a sassy barbarian after dark, we could go down a different path. But because it's during the day on a Saturday,
Nancy says that I make more sense. So that's all that matters.
I don't. Come on, Nancy.
I like that right there. Hold on.
No.
Where did that go?
It was a figment of your imagination.
We'll just leave that up the rest of the show.
Sassy makes more sense. Yeah. I must be really blathering on then like a complete idiot if that's the case. Because I mean, I'm feeling pretty bad about myself by seeing that. I'm pretty bad about myself.
Professor X doesn't have to see them. If he uses Cerebro, she agrees with Sassy. Professor X didn't see them. He uses Cerebro and he made it happen.
So now you're Professor X. You said a power that you wanted.
That's a power, just like one.
It's 2 powers. It's 2 powers and a machine. You're doing using a contraption. You got 2 powers.
Not being able to use machines.
But we didn't talk about it. We said what is 1 power that you could have. You're talking about using multiple powers and a machine. I just picked one thing, invisibility, and that's it. I didn't say invisibility from a distance or.
How exciting is invisibility, though? I mean, really, why are you trying to run away? Why are you trying to hide from people? What are you trying to hide from?
How could you ever beat somebody that's invisible? You can't see them. So you can't, you'll never.
What reason? There's like, that means you're running from your problems. You're supposed to face them head on. Why would you invisible to? That's like.
What are we? What are you, my psychiatrist now? What is going on here? This is I don't need to face my problems. Who said I need to face my problems? That's the way you get away from your problems.
Look, Nancy says, "Bearded Barbarian life theme song, The Ramblin' Man."
It's a good song. It's a good song. I like that. Good one.
Now you're just blabbing. My head is spinning. See, you're talking too much.
No, I'm not.
Hello, Drew.
This is me restrained. Okay, this is me on my best behavior. So just so you know.
Oh, here we go. Barbarian lies down on the couch now as Sassy uses mind control.
You wouldn't stay in there for very long. Okay, you'd be in there and you're like, I need to get out of here. Okay, so I don't think it'd help you very much.
Maybe you should have played the Scarecrow if I only had a brain.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate it. So now this is how it's going to go. Insulting people.
I'll put back up where Sassy was right. Let's see. I think I'm ahead now. I'm
sure you do.
Sassy makes more sense.
I'm sure you do. Mm-hmm.
That's the comment of the day.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, Sassy talks too much. Well, you haven't been in the stream long enough to know that Barbarian.
Thank you, Papa Wheelie. Bingo. Let's put that one up there. You can take this Sassy makes more sense down and put Papa Wheelie's up there. Sassy talks too much. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
He hasn't been here the whole show because you've been overpowered.
He hit the high points, and that's the most important. He hit the most important part, the part where you were going like this.
See, look,
that's the part here.
Sensibly smart Sassy. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You see.
Alliteration ain't going to get you out of this trouble. You know that's not the case.
See, she's giving me ammo. See?
That's all right.
Oh, here, look, LJ. Just face it, Bearded. You lose. And all. Oh, you have one person on your side. Teresa says, I agree with Barbarian. It's the second power called teleportation to be able to control them from a distance. I don't agree with that.
I totally agree. 100% agree. Stamp of approval. I absolutely agree with that.
So one person is on your side.
That's right.
How many do I have?
It's called quality, not quantity. Everyone else is like, I agree with Sassy. And then when the one person that agrees with me actually lists a sensible agreement and tells you why they were right, that's the person we go with. We go with that. The other people just don't oh, he's being a bully or he's a pain in the neck. Everyone's going to jump on your side because people think Sassy is a wonderful person. And the reality is, not so much. Not so much. She's okay. You know what I mean? I'm wonderful. Ask me.
LJ says, don't be bitter. Yeah. See, sure. Wonderful people aren't bitter people. So you just contradicted your whole self.
Well, here's the interesting thing about bitterness is its perspective. People perceive bitterness when in reality, I see righteousness.
Yeah, he says bitter much?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
As a troublemaker. There's some troublemakers in this this chat. That's the problem. Yeah. So it's the silent majority. They're sitting back and nodding along and agreeing, yep, Barbarian knows exactly what he's talking about. But they know that I got it covered and they don't need to chime in. So I agree. I agree with those silent folk for sure.
Yeah.
And Teresa.
Bitter, blabbering, bearded Barbarian.
We're pulling out all the alliteration today. Pulling it all out. All the things all the B words. Let's say some other B words and put them in there.
Well, we're trying to keep it PG. No bad words here.
Yeah. We're getting there. We're well on our way. I knew this would start this way. Even if we were agreeing and everything's wonderful and giving each other emotional hugs at the end, it'd be a fist fight. So I have no doubt about that.
So I wore this shirt so we could agree on something because we both like Star Wars. So I was trying to start off positive, but you always turn everything around.
I got my shirt on that we both agree with. Bearded Barbarian shirt. Yep. And we can both agree that is wonderful. I agree.
It's all about you. It's all about you.
Well, thank you. I agree. Sure.
Yeah.
I approve.
Nancy knows nothing. Don't mind me. Now, what was the debate? Yeah, we're not going backwards.
We've had about 10 of them, and
Oh, look,
every one of them. If you want to know what was right, you just follow what I said. And,
here we go. Blessed, beautifully brainy, sassy. There's some more B words.
yeah, but they don't go along with sassy. So they're supposed to be blessed, beautiful, brainy, barbarian.
Well, you're not beautiful, but okay.
I am adorable. Ask my mom. She thinks I'm beautiful.
Well, hello, Hidden Funko. How are you? Well, she's probably the only one.
Oh, yeah. Nice. What about my wife? Do you think she thinks I'm wonderful?
I think she needs glasses or something.
She probably does.
Yeah. So it took you a long time to actually say, "Hey, let's do this." So she, maybe was having a hard time, saying yes.
To what? What are you talking about?
Getting married to you. It took her a long time to
well, because of 9 years of being engaged? I don't think 9 years is a long time, okay? If you're talking about on some other species or another planet. We didn't live together. That's the only reason she didn't. We were engaged within 6 months. She couldn't wait.
Wow. It took you 9 years to actually pull the trigger, huh?
Well, we were living in different parts of the state. I just didn't think it was appropriate for us to be, married and then me 3.5 hours down the road and her down here. So we just thought it was the way to go for sure.
Eric said, who shot first, Greedo or Han Solo?
What do you think?
No, you can go first.
Greedo. People are always going to side with the good guys. Greedo shot, and he was a terrible shot, and then Han Solo shot him. I really do believe that. They would never make it a situation where they would make Han Solo that type of a character. Yeah. So I feel like they would have to make it that way. If someone finally revealed, it was Han Solo, people will be like, nah, I don't really see Han Solo being that kind of a character. I mean, he was a shifty character, but I don't think he would be that kind of a character. So I'd say Greedo.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Look at you on the right side finally. Great.
So Eric says Baby Groot, Baby Grogu, and Baby Barbarian.
Oh, Grogu? No. I think I look a little bit cuter than that baby does. I know that baby Yoda was beautiful, but same kind of thing. So I didn't have big ears like that.
Nancy says Ewoks or Stormtroopers.
That's an interesting comparison. Ewoks, little furry animals. I never really cared for Ewoks that much.
They're so cute.
They're just like a teddy bear. A teddy bear is going to kill me? No way. A stormtrooper. The thing that I didn't understand about that, I think the problem with the stormtroopers is they had really bad eyesight. They should have had them all checked for poor vision because they could not shoot to save their life. Every time they're standing right in front of someone, they shoot and the bullet goes this direction. It's ridiculous.
I think the beauty of the Ewok was you look at it and say, "Oh, look how cute this little teddy bear looking thing is," and then they turn around and kill you. So you're not expecting it.
They had sticks and rocks. They fought with sticks and rocks. I mean, come on. That was no way. Oh,
absolutely. I think that Ewoks totally won over stormtroopers because they couldn't even shoot straight.
Well, they couldn't beat the stormtroopers head up, so they had to hide in the woods. Oh, I'm gonna hide in the woods and throw a rock on somebody's head. I mean, who couldn't do that? You could get anybody to do that. I mean, that's not a warrior. That's some little short fuzzy animal that fights from behind a tree. I'm not cool. Not cool. They should have done better.
Chewbacca.
Huh?
Ewoks tried to roast Chewbacca.
Exactly. Oh, they're fuzzy, cute little animals, and they tried to eat Chewbacca.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, you think they're going to be sweet, and then they turn on you, and that's how you get sidetracked, or, that's their part of their disguise.
No, I don't think it's very cool. I don't think it's a very fair fight, and I believe in being fair.
How is it very fair when the stormtroopers, there's like 100 million of them coming at you?
I know, but they're just trying to fight. Like, if somebody's right in front of you, and I'm trying to fight you, and all of a sudden these Ewoks come up behind a tree, like 12 of them, and jump on them and then start hitting them on the head with a rock. How would you like some little furry animal to jump out from behind a tree and start hitting you on the head?
Well, if I was doing the right thing, then it wouldn't matter.
I think you would care if something was hitting you in the head, regardless of what you're doing.
Sticks and stones.
The sticks, exactly. Sticks and stones, exactly.
Kind of like Harley Quinn. LOL.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Yeah. All right, Teresa. See you later, dear. She's going out.
Sure, the person that was on my side leaves.
She's leaving you. See how faithful? Yep.
Thank you very much, Teresa. You were the voice of reason.
Yep.
I can't say much for the rest of y'all, but Teresa did a good job.
You didn't pay enough people.
Pay them?
Yeah.
I think everybody else that's on this live has been drinking heavily. I think they're out Saturday and they've had a few beers and what Sassy's saying sounds good. You know, if you've got a clouded mind, sounds really good. Whereas Teresa's, focused and knows what she's talking about. It's like clearly Eric, has had a few at this particular point. I mean, come on.
Well, Nancy, we already said pops or sodas. That was our first.
Pops won. We agreed that Pops won that one.
Oh, I think most everybody agreed that it was the sodas.
I think people were
British
wrong.
Army versus the American Revolutionaries.
Who is going to pick the British Army? Didn't they already have this fight? Didn't this already happen?
Jedi John says, "Hang in there, Barbarian."
There you go. I'm always hanging in there. Don't worry about
Mama
me.
J.
Hey, Mama J.
Gun versus gun gangs. Nancy doesn't drink, she said, so.
Oh, is that right? I don't know.
She came over to the light and left because she's saying she was wrong. Zeus said he needs a drink after this.
Does he? Me too. I'll have what you're having. Make mine a double.
Mm-hmm. Pops are winning, but sodas are catching up. There you go. Somebody else on your side.
See, there you go. Good job, Papa Wheelie.
What cartoon shows were in the 80s was the best?
Cartoon shows. What did you watch in the 80s? Did you watch cartoons?
Oh, yeah. I was a little young girl in the 80s, so.
Oh, that's good. That's funny. Now you're being funny. Huh?
Cartoons were the best. Tom and Jerry for sure.
Okay.
Flintstones.
Flintstones. Yeah, those are good.
All the I didn't do the Thundercats. I may have watched a little bit of Thundercats, but Tailspin, yeah. Anthony says sodas. Hey, Anthony.
Wrong.
What did you watch? Masters of the Universe?
I watched Masters of the Universe. And yeah, I watched the ones like you were talking about, Tom and Jerry. I liked like Bugs Bunny ones. Those were always something that I was really into. I was always rooting for the Wile E. Coyote. It never worked out. I don't know what ever happened. You know what I'm saying? I never was on the right side of that one, but I was hoping eventually.
Popeye?
Popeye was pretty good. I couldn't get over the forearms. I always thought he had some sort of an ailment. I didn't really know what was going on there. I thought he should see a doctor. So, but yeah, Popeye was kind of annoying. Olive Oil really annoyed me. I mean, come on. She was always in trouble. I'm always in trouble. Bail me out. I'm like, look, you need to start looking for another woman because this lady is in nothing but trouble.
What about the Smurfs?
Yeah, I used to watch the Smurfs too. I don't really know why though. It's not. I mean, it's one of those things when you look back. Have you ever watched like a cartoon or something from before and you remember it? This was a really great thing, and then you watch it and like, this stunk. Why did I watch this? It just I don't know why I watched.
We had to watch then.
That's a good point. Exactly. You were very limited.
Oh, did you just say I was right?
Huh?
Did you just say I was right?
I'm sorry. There was a glitch in the internet and something happened.
I don't know. I think I heard. Yeah.
I think you've missed
Gummy Bears, Thundercats, Heathcliff, Garfield.
Gummy Bears was a cartoon?
Yeah. Do you see all the pops that just came out? The Gummy Bears with the ogre?
I remember eating Gummy Bear. I don't remember it being a cartoon. That's interesting.
I don't remember either.
Heathcliff, yeah, I remember Heathcliff and Garfield. I never watched Thundercats. I never really got into that. I used to watch Voltron. Voltron was cool. Um, Transformers, stuff like that. That sort of got towards the end of when I was watching cartoons. But yeah, those were, I used to watch all because again, you didn't have really a lot of options. So what were you going to watch? I remember like TV, when I was talking to my parents about watching TV programs we used to watch. We used to watch Hee Haw. You remember Hee Haw? Yes. And someone was like, yeah, I remember Hee Haw. And it was sort of interesting. When I moved from, this is going to make people mad, I know. But when I moved from New England to Virginia, and we were moving to the South, and a lot of people in the South don't even consider Virginia the South, but I did. So we were moving from Maine to Virginia. My dad said, hey, we're moving to the South and blah. And the only thing I could think of was Hee Haw. So I was thinking that's just what people are like. People just jump out of the hayfield and tell a really bad joke and jump right back into the hayfield again. And I was my only understanding of what Southern culture was about. So
that's like when I moved to Texas for a couple of years, and when I got there, they're like, "Do you ride in boats everywhere? And there are alligators when you walk out of your house?" And I'm like, "We are a state over, and we have roads just like everyone else. It's just amazing how people think of different cultures." And
I assume is not true. I agree. I would say the same thing. Is that not it? Like you literally step out and there's like an alligator in your backyard?
No.
Is that not how it is?
No.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Burst my bubble. What can I say?
Yep. Nancy said, have you ever watched Jim and the Holograms?
Well, I'm not familiar with that one. When was that? Yeah, Inspector Gadget was cool. But we didn't have we didn't have a cable, and that was on Nickelodeon. That was on Nickelodeon. So I didn't see it until I go to my grandparents' house who had cable. So
yeah, we didn't have cable either. So yeah. What about Casper, G.I. Joe, Transformers?
Yeah, I remember G.I. Joe and Transformers. I don't remember Casper being like a regular cartoon though. It's interesting.
Virginia was a state divided once upon a time.
Yep.
Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed. I remember that. I have an interesting story. My dad told me one time. He said, how do you make Mr. Ed's mouth move? And I said, I don't know. And they said, you stick a carrot up its, what. And I was like, well, if you did that to me, my mouth would move too. So, I don't know. It might be a myth, but that's what I heard.
Did you used to watch I Love Lucy and The Honeymooners? And
that's way before my time. What are you doing here? Are you really going to do that? You really think I'm that old? We're the same age.
I like I Love Lucy and
but those were reruns. You know that, right?
And all that stuff.
But that was reruns. You know that, right?
Days.
Yeah. That was all reruns. That was before my time. I don't like black and white stuff. I can't. Really? I can't do it. I can't watch anything.
Eric said he asked if I rode the bull. Did you ride the bull? When I went to Texas, no, actually I didn't. You would think that, people do that over there. Like
an actual bull or one of those ones in like the inside of a bar?
Yeah, I've never did that either. So, Eric said that I only watch Jim Pops. Somebody asked if we watched Jim and the Holograms or whatever.
Oh,
like that. I only watch Jim Pops. So.
Right, I understood. I'm sure that's true.
Inspector Gadget. Yeah, we said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Anthony watches I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy. There were a couple good episodes I really liked, but it was so. She always just got herself into trouble, and then like the one where she was putting those cupcakes on the conveyor belt. That was a really, really good one where she was shoveling them into my. But
did you see the episode where she was taking the cough medicine? Where she was doing the commercial for the cough medicine?
I don't remember that one.
Well, Nancy said Jim was a purple singing Barbie that had toys that she came with a little stage and a microphone you could sing in. It was cool.
Really? Sounds a bit like somebody took a powerful drug and was tripping or something. She's a purple Barbie? Why is Barbie purple?
Nancy said that peanut butter made his mouth move.
Oh. I think the carrot would make it move faster. Like that, like if he needed to speed up what he was saying, that's carrot.
Jedi John said he'd love to see me ride a mechanical bull on a live.
Right. That would be good. I think you get a lot of people to tune in for it.
You think so?
And also the medical stuff afterwards, I think would be entertaining as well.
Vitamin. I knew which one it was, LJ. I just couldn't say the name of the stuff, but that's the episode it was.
Oh.
Where she was doing the cough syrup for the.
Oh, there must be it on YouTube. I'll have to check it out on YouTube and see if I can find the.
It's funny. It really is. She doesn't do it right, so they have to retake, and then she has to take more, and she keeps taking until she's drunk, and it's hilarious. So.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. No more questions. Is everybody pooped out?
There's no telling. There's no telling.
You talk so much, they're done.
No, they're exhausted. I'm exhausted too. I mean, listening to who is just warning me to slam out. Oh,
you went the wrong way again.
The voices in my head have caused me to be exhausted.
I think that's why I need that power, so I can just control everything you say.
You wouldn't want to be in there. I'm telling you. You get in there and you're like, all right, one at a time, start talking. Because you get all these voices at the same time, just saying, you need to say this. You should say this. You should consider these things. It's very
You need to listen to the good voice.
There isn't one. They just talk in different pitches. One's high, one's low, things like that. So I guess some of the questions that I'd have is, what did people think? I mean, did you like sort of the format of what we were trying to do? Would you like us to sort of continue this on maybe, I don't know, a monthly schedule or whatever we were talking about doing? Would you prefer a different type of style of video or of live that we're doing? Would you like us to do some sort of, competition type of thing? I don't know. I'm open to whatever people would be interested in seeing, and, hopefully make it entertaining for people. We just decided we'd start with this and see what people thought about it, and then sort of, go from there. So I need a break though from Sassy. I mean, I don't know I could do this. I mean, I have a headache.
More than once a month for sure.
It's just going to be sponsored by Advil. We're going to have this sponsored by Advil. I'm going to get the thing. I'm going to be taking fistfuls of Advil after this thing is over with. So,
yeah. I don't think Eric would like it too much if we did it more than once a month. Because he already.
Well, I was thinking we would do it Thursday nights. Let's just do it Thursday nights. Whatever time he normally does his thing, and then you will just see, there's some kind of competition. What do you think about that, Derek?
I don't know. He was already trying to think you were trying to take me away from him. So
right, understood. Eric, I would never do that. I'm a delightful person. That's not my style. So we also tried to pick a time period where maybe there weren't a lot of other lives going on. So if people have some other thoughts on that, we're open to that as well. But we were just trying to find an opportunity to have, a chance to do a live, and we'll see how it goes from there. We'll go from there.
So Matthew said that he wanted to know if we were 80s WWF fans. I was an 80s WCW fan, not WWE or WWF.
I was a WWF fan in the 80s. I was into Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and the Iron Sheik and all those type of things. I used to have the little rubber figures, and I would fight against each other. I was actually telling somebody a story about my parents didn't like to spend money on me having toys. Okay, they didn't want to bring too much joy into my life. So I only had a certain number of things. So I would get one, and then they were like, I need the ring. Like, you don't need a ring. You can just fight them wherever you want. No, I need to get the ring. So they got me like this AWA ring, which was smaller because the figures were smaller, right? So I had these things. I was fighting in these, like there were giants inside the thing, and I fought, and I broke the thing all to pieces, and my parents got mad, and ultimately I blamed them because they bought the wrong thing. But yeah, I was really into WWF back in the glory days, as I would see it. So,
right. I agree.
But then they have a tendency to kind of get weird. Just like we were saying before, we were talking about this before the live today, is they just got really nutty with the out of the ring stuff. It became a soap opera a little bit more than the inside of the ring stuff. So I just kind of moved on to something else. And I was also telling Sassy, my brother ruined it and told me it's not real. And I blew my mind, completely blew my mind. Just like, really? I thought Hulk Hogan didn't really like Andre the Giant. Like, no, that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? They just wrote it up. So that kind of ruined it for me too. My brother loved to ruin things for me. It was his style.
So Eric says, let me think. LJ said they can be a lot of fun. Nancy says, thanks for the headache, Barbarian.
You deserve it, Nancy. You were a troublemaker today.
LJ says it was a fun stream.
Great.
Thought it was fun, interesting, verbose, once a month, like a period. Yeah, I guess. I mean,
we could sync them up. We could sync those things up. I don't really have those per se, but yeah, sure.
He could act like a period.
Right.
Right. Anthony says, Sassy, you still planning with Jim Pops and Teresa doing a live? Actually, we are. We started talking about it this week. Not sure 100% when that's going to happen. I think we are talking about April the 25th. They will be on Sundays. Not sure if it's going to be a weekly thing. I think it will be. Like I said, we're still talking about it. But the three Musketeers will be on soon. That's what we're going to be called. Let's see. You better cut his camera off with him fighting words.
I can't be stopped. I'm like a disease. I'll keep coming back.
Do it in style of Mortal Kombat. Right? Eric says he will defend Sassy. Yes, I was.
They got you all. Everybody is fooled by Sassy. I'm telling you. I'm the only one that can see. The only one that can see. Oh, she's so sweet and kind and helpful and agreeable and all lies.
Cleon, a barbarian, is not someone who cuts hair in the library. Just saying.
Whatever.
I've been listening, and I think Two Boys and Their Pops won. Great stream.
He can't win. He's not allowed.
Was Cleon the Barbarian the musical?
No, no, definitely not. No, I don't like musicals. You like musicals?
A couple, not like Grease and The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that was good.
That's pretty much it. But normal musicals, no.
Yeah, I never really understood musicals. My wife loves them, and it's just not real. I mean, somebody's walking along, they break into song. Like, where does that happen? I mean, you're just walking down the street and someone starts breaking into song. You'd put a net over their head and drag them off to the nut house. I mean, it's not realistic. But yeah, there are a couple good ones. But yeah, not my thing normally.
Yeah, it's one guy and his beard. Eric, you're a winner in my eyes always. Mama J.
Everybody's trying to be nice to Eric. I don't know why. Can't imagine.
Oh, well. So nobody gave us any ideas, so I guess we'll just stick to this. And
I guess so. Yeah. Well, like I said, if you're welcome to comment some things, and if you want to go in and follow either me or Sassy on Instagram and just DM us and just let us know what you think. And if you have a suggestion, then we'll do that, and we'll come up with some other fun ideas, and we'll probably do some giveaways. I have some pops I can give away at our next live, etc. And hopefully it'll be something people will enjoy, and we'll do some other fun stuff like that as well. But we definitely appreciate everyone stopping by. Grease is the Greatest Showman. Top 2 musicals. I never saw The Greatest Showman. Someone said it was good.
Me either. I've never seen it.
It is strange, though. What's his name that played Wolverine is now in musicals. Just like the last person you'd think would be in musicals is in musicals. Just strange.
Yeah, right. You wouldn't think that he would be, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric said I have a wheel to pick some topics.
Oh, is that right? He's going to put it on a wheel and just spin it, and randomly pick some topics.
That would be a good idea. Just send us all your ideas, and then that's what we'll do. We'll just spin the wheel, and whatever comes up, that'll be the topic we talk about until we spin again.
That's a good idea. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a lot of fun.
He already gave us a yeah boy. He doesn't do it right.
I did it better than yeah boy. I mean, who can say they do it better than the originator that does it? No one, but except for me.
I'm pretty close to how he says it, but
how do you do it? You go ahead.
He says yeah boy.
I know, but that's not right.
It's
supposed to be yeah boy.
You're supposed to do it the way he does it. That way.
Flavor Flav is the one that originated.
But he's not trying to be Flavor Flav. He's trying.
But I'm saying he should. Look how big Flavor Flav is. Don't you want to be?
He's trying to be Cisco yeah boy.
I know, but Flavor Flav is big. You know, if he's big, you just say, well,
he's not big anymore.
Well, that's because there's another yeah boy, and he can fill the space. When one goes away, another one fills the spot.
I don't know. LJ says The Wiz was the best musical ever. I don't know if I've seen it.
I think that's the one with Michael Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? Pretty sure that's right.
I don't know. Oh,
I remember seeing it, but I don't remember exactly what it was about. You love Eric.
Hugh Jackman. He can do anything. He just has to look hot.
Is that right? But it's a little out of, well, he's an okay singer. I don't think he's a great singer.
Nancy says, how about Sassy minus the Barbarian show? Ha ha ha.
Oh, ouch. that hurt. That hurt my heart. Come on, Nancy. I thought we were better than that. I was just teasing you. You have to kick me out.
Bearded has been singing on Broadway for a while.
Right. I can't hit the high notes.
Oh, no, he's been singing. A Hugh Jackman.
Oh, I thought you meant me. Oh, yeah. He's been in some different things for sure. I think because wasn't he in what was it, Les Mis? I think he was in Les Mis too, right?
I don't think so. I never saw that either.
You really should start watching things. I don't know. You seem to be missing out on a lot of good stuff here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well.
I'll give you a list. I'll give you a list.
Matthew says The Wiz was horrible, and he loves Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was supposed to be a big deal, and I think it was one of those things where it's sort of a cult classic, and it's either you love it or you hate it kind of thing. I thought it was okay.
Nancy says, boy, Bearded is going to think I'm a witch with a B, but that's my humor. Oh, well, take it or leave it. I don't care. Sassy has the yeah boy perfect.
Whatever. Yeah, boy.
Diana Ross is Dorothy.
No.
I've been back and forth upstairs, downstairs. So sorry if I missed anything, saying anything. Oh, anyone saying anything?
When you were upstairs, people were talking trash about you. I'm sorry. I tried to stop them, but they said a word.
LJ says that Wheelie has no taste. Oh.
Who has?
LJ says that Papa Wheelie has no taste.
Ouch. To each his own. Let's not squabble here. Everyone has their own opinion.
King Bob says, how about Two Boys and Their Barbarian?
That's all right. That sounds like an 80s movie with Ted Danson. You
know, trying to replace me now, so on my own channel.
That's tough.
Yeah. See, but Cisco didn't even know who Flavor Flav was. His yeah boy came from gaming. He's not a copycat.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize. Okay. I thought he was trying to fish in the pond here.
Eric says, yeah, Bearded Barbarian has to ease on down the road.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I want to see Sassy throw jelly beans and the Barbarian catch them. Magic of film, LOL.
Is that what it is? So now I'm a dolphin. Okay, people are just going to start throwing things into my open mouth. That sounds like fun for you, not fun for me. That's for sure.
So Sassy for the win.
Yeah. Sassy for the win, but Bearded Barbarian with the win. Winner.
No, I have to control your mind.
You got to find me first. I'm invisible.
No, that's not how it works.
It is. It is how it works.
R.I.P.
See, someone says, hey, go back. You just had someone who says, I agree with it. Immediately flashed it off. See, I knew you were doing this. Oh, I'm going to pick the ones that make me look good and chuckle nuts look terrible. That's not.
Well,
that is
wasn't
not
a
cool.
nice word to call yourself.
I was paraphrasing what you were thinking. I'm reading your mind now. What do you think about that?
No. I would never call anybody that.
I agree with Bearded with the Yeah Boy. See, I agree. Papa Wheelie's talking good stuff here. Good stuff.
R.I.P. DMX.
Yep, he died. Was it yesterday? No. I've never really been into rap that much, but I did like some of his music for sure.
Yeah.
It was actually the Deadpool movie at the end was a DMX song.
Right.
So.
Yep. Cisco needs a huge clock around his neck now.
Somebody send him one of those big clocks with those big fake plastic chains so he can hang it around his neck.
Screw you too, Matthew, punk.
Youch.
Repeat after Jim Pop's tat. Say ah. Oh, geez. Him and his tattoos. So apparently a deal was made the other night that if once I reach 1K, I'm getting a tattoo.
Right. I heard.
You saw that, huh?
I did. I did. I encourage that. And the thing that was cool about it is the crowd gets to pick when, where, and what it is. That I liked.
Well, I mean, they send me their ideas and then I choose.
No. That was not the agreement. It was going to be crowdsourced. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea would be vote on like 5 things. These are the 5 things, like, you know, a Bearded Barbarian logo somewhere, whatever, something like that. I think that's what we were talking about.
Nobody has sent me any ideas, so we're good.
I just sent you one.
I'm like
verbally.
I'm like way far away from 1K, so I don't have to worry about it right now.
Well, people need to subscribe. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you're new. And more importantly, subscribe over to my channel. That's who really needs it. That's the person who really needs the subscribers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Matthew Bearded Barbarian hates bears. Matthew's a huge Bears fan, so he's trying to stir trouble for you.
Talking about a Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hate them. You can believe that. I definitely do. I'm a Patriots fan. We steamroll over everyone in our path, except for last year, which we.
I was about to say, what happened last year?
Well, we had a little bit of a bump in the road, a small 1-year bump in the road. We'll be back in business this year.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, we will. We definitely will.
Another sassy one. King Bob says that when he hits 1K, he'll draw Social Security.
I tell
he
you.
just told you what team he likes. He's a Patriots fan. Yeah.
Patriots fan.
No,
I support winners.
Yeah, well, we all know.
Here's the thing, and I'm not a bandwagon fan. I always get that garbage. I've been a Patriots fan for many, since 1985. Okay, so just remember that. I've been around for a long time.
Year?
Huh?
You know the exact year you became a Patriots
Oh,
fan?
sure. It was the year before they went to the Super Bowl against the Bears and got destroyed. That was not a good year for us either. But so yeah, I remember. I was 10 years old.
If I could get away with it, it would so be a temp tattoo for sure.
A temp tattoo? Yeah,
you said I'm gonna get a temp tattoo.
I've got some tattoo sleeves here. You want me to send one to you? You can just pull it over your arm, and it's a whole bunch of tattoos. You don't have to do anything.
There we go.
Sure.
All our logos on her exposed body parts.
Well, she's not trying to be a canvas here. I think you're wrong. It's one small tattoo.
Well, I mean, I don't even have a tattoo, so it's, like you have a kiss. Like, have you kissed a barbarian today?
No. No, nobody has. Nobody has.
Yeah.
It's been a sad day. A sad day.
Same here, Bob. Matthew, he likes the Packers.
I'm not a Packers fan.
Left. I gave you ideas. Yeah, well, you didn't send me messages, so I don't remember them. I have a bad memory.
You'd have to read through the chat. She's going to spend the rest of the day reading through the chat of all the comments and writing them down.
4610. Oh,
yeah. You're living in the past.
You mean Deflate Gate there, Bearded?
Whoa. Let's not get crazy. Papa Will, you and I were having a good day. You done ruined it. That didn't happen.
The driver of the steamroller left for Tampa.
Wow. Look, Tom decided to retire. So he moved to Florida, where all old people move to. Okay? And on his way, he picked up a trophy. Okay, good for him.
Bye, Deuce. Thanks for coming by. I became a New York Giants fan in 1983. They didn't make it to the Super Bowl often, but when they do, they win.
I know. Yes, those Giants fans. Giants, every time we go, they beat us. Horrible. Hated it. The luckiest play in a Super Bowl history, 2007, that David Tyree pressed that ball against his head.
The Pats suck. Go Dolphins.
Dolphins. Oh, are they still playing football down there? It's not ladies field hockey.
LJ says he has no tattoos either. He did have piercings, but he took them out. The only piercing I have left, I have one on my nose, which most people can't even tell that it's there. Because
why did you decide to get your nose pierced?
I don't know, but I like it. So.
But you don't put anything in there anymore?
No, I have something in there now.
I can't see it. I'd be afraid when I had a cold that it would just be the collector of everything that was coming out of my nose, don't you think? Like there'd be stuff. I get stuff hanging out of my nose that hangs in my beard, and it's gross. But, I'm not adding any, jewelry or anything like that. I'd just be afraid it would capture things. So, not that I was considering a nose ring.
Right. Well, I had my tongue pierced too. I don't know why I did that, but I took that out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Later,
I accidentally poked myself with a thumbtack once, and that's as close as it's ever come. I'm not getting anything pierced, tattooed. And here's the thing about tattoos is I don't think I could commit to something long enough to say this is going to be on my body for the rest of my life. I would pick something, and then a week later, it's just like, why did I do that? That sounds like a horrible idea.
Eric wants to know what the best football team of all time is.
I think we know what the best football team and the greatest dynasty in the history of sports is the Patriots. I think we all know that.
Tom will win another without the jerk coach.
Don't hate on the hoodie.
Cleon, where is your eye patch and banana?
I am not a Tampa Bay fan. I am not. Tom Brady's a good dude, but he's gotten everything he needs to. It's time to retire.
All right. Well, we have hit our 2 hours. I don't want to go over that, which we already have by 2 minutes. So just send us all.
What, you got your car double parked or something? What's the rush?
Well, the bathroom's calling, and I don't.
Oh, the bathroom.
I don't want to.
I'm actually filming this from the bathroom. Okay, you can't see it, but this is the background in my bathroom, so I really need to get off the toilet before my legs fall asleep.
Right. So. Well, 2 hours I think is a good enough time to.
It is. It definitely is.
To be fussing at each other. So.
I'm exhausted.
I feel like I've been working an 8-hour shift.
Is that right? This has been nothing but delightful for you. I don't know about for me, but for you, it's made your day, and I get that. So, and I'm sure it's made everyone else's day as well. And, there we are. So, I really have enjoyed myself, Sassy. I really have.
Well, that's good. Fun stream. Thanks for hanging with us all. Crazy YouTubers. Have a good night, all. So everybody just send us your ideas, and we will we'll do the wheel. We'll do a wheel. I think that sounds like a great idea. We'll just put all the little ideas on the wheel, and we are going to plan, I guess, another show. If you're willing to do that, we'll plan another show in a month. And
you have my rate. It's a $500 an hour. So as long as you can hit that, we'll be fine.
Yeah. So we'll keep you posted as to the dates, and we'll go from there. So your ship is sailing. You better hurry up. Eric says.
My ship is sailing away.
Yeah.
I didn't come here by ship. I came on a scooter.
but you're a barbarian, and you're not nerd.
Barbarians can scoot. We can scoot.
You're not the nerd bar. You trying to be the nerd bar now?
No. I have one of those like 2 standing up scooters. I don't have one of those nerdy scooters. I already gave him my opinion on what it should be called. Wide load is what I said is the name of his scooter. So
yeah. Well, all right. Everybody have a good day. Talk to you later.
Have a happy Saturday.